We are DeFi for you. Decentralized finance built for the people, for you. The world's first peer-to-peer crypto lending and NFT trading platform. A revolution in fintech that brings new opportunities for investors, business owners, and for you. No one gets left behind. Introducing Adam C. Chaplin, co-founder of Travala and CEO of DeFi for You. Dr. Dang Min Taon, PhD in cryptography and inventor of Vietkey, CTO of DeFi for You. Nguyen Kong, CEO of Blockchain Developers Asia and strategic partner. And on the undercard, Tong Zong Tan, leader and champion of the DFY tech team. Sean Mason, world-class business coach and strategic advisor to DFY. William Gray, digital marketing expert and CMO of DeFi for You. Your money, your time, your dignity, all taken for granted by the traditional banking system. But why fight banks when you can become one? Issue cryptocurrency loans and earn interest while you sleep. Trade NFTs and earn royalties for years to come. Gain access to the finance you need without selling off your assets. DeFi for You lets you take back control of your money, your time, your future. Become your own bank today. Join us as we move forward into a new era of decentralized finance. Purchase the DFY token on CoinTiger Exchange, coming March 2021.
DeFi for You is out to change the financial landscape. In doing so, we're going to help small and medium-sized businesses gain access to capital that banks have refused them. Pawn is one of the oldest and most profitable financial service known to us. DeFi for You is bringing this industry out of the shadows and into the light. Thousands of SMBs have stock they can't finance. They've been hung out to dry by the banks. DeFi for You will let them use that as collateral for a loan. Our team includes the founder of Travala and the creator of Vietkey, as well as bank advisors and financial coaches. We know regulation is coming and we're going to be ready for it. The banks have failed us. The titanic e-commerce giants have too much power. We're here to disrupt. We're here to smite the titans. Visit DeFi for You now to be a part of the next chapter of decentralized finance. Don't be left behind.
Xin chào. Chaplin, sorry I missed you when I was in Hanoi. But as you know, you've got to hold and give, but do it at the right time. You can be slow or fast, but you must get to the line. Love the crypto winning. Definitely for you, team, and chopsteaks. All the best.
Alright, Chaplin and the team at Defi. Is that how you say that? Defi? I don't know. Listen, I've heard you guys have been celebrating in chopsteaks in Hanoi. Bring your wellies, as I heard you can get knee deep in clunge there. Keep riding your big spaceship bike and don't be a bus wanker.
Hello everybody, my name's Adam Christopher Chaplin, or Chaplin as I'm known on all the shout-outs from Mayweather. We're here in Vietnam to develop our project. This is our tech team. We're going to give you a behind-the-scenes look at what we do. Not just a big glossy front, but behind the scenes, the engine room if you will. We've got the most qualified blockchain developers in Asia, and I think we have the largest blockchain team as well, and AI and big data, so we're involved at every level. We were first to test on the Binance Smart Chain, which turned out to be a very good move. So Binance Smart Chain is a big one for us. Having a tech team on call 24 hours a day, because nothing runs as smooth as you think, things go wrong, we can pick up a phone and we can deal with it straight away. And having a young tech team for us is important as well. And in Vietnam, there's some great talent, obviously a great price and very malleable. So we're very excited to be bringing you this behind the scenes look, behind the curtain look at what we do.
Hello, my name is Ken. I'm the CFO. We are launching our GFY token to trade and farm on CoinTiger at the end of March, right in time for the launch of our peer-to-peer crypto lending platform. And we are about to revolutionize the world of finance.
Okay. Building a platform like this is very exciting. We made some great progress so far, and each of the team member has brought something unique to the table. We are sure that the system will go live by end of March. 15 years in IT industry, I'm no stranger to developing blockchain project, but each new challenge teaches me something new. This project is unlike anything I've been working so far, and that is the most exciting part, working on something completely new and disruptive. Okay.
Like this.
DeFi for You supports NFTs. The DeFi for You peer-to-peer lending platform will support trading and minting NFTs. You can now buy an NFT and immediately stake it as collateral for a loan, meaning you can finance your NFTs instead of having them just sit there gathering digital dust. But what exactly are NFTs and why are they the perfect collateral for a crypto loan? NFTs, or non-fungible tokens, are tokenized digital files stored on a blockchain. Think about it this way. A dollar bill can be traded for any other dollar bill because they all have the same value, $1, yes? But if, say, Hunter S. Thompson signed one of those dollar bills, its value would become significantly greater and it couldn't just be exchanged for a regular bill. This is essentially what an NFT is, only on a blockchain. It's a unique and limited edition crypto token with a file like a PDF, a JPEG image, or an MP3 attached to it. Visit defi.com.vn to join the ranks and become your own bank today.
DeFi4You.uk, which is DEFI for FORUYOU.UK, is now ready for you to load your NFTs on. So, time to monetize your stock. Let's get on the site and let's all get to making some money. Boom!
I am super pumped about today's video about DeFi for You, or DFY. It's a real technology innovation with, as far as I know, two world's first. Peer-to-peer crypto lending with individual offers and reputation on the blockchain. And number two, NFT collateral. The first service components are live, so this is not just some ideas. We're gonna call the founder and CEO Adam Chaplin in Hanoi, Vietnam. We will talk to the team. I'm super excited because lending and borrowing is one of the real use cases of crypto. Real world use to real people. And this tiny project run out of Vietnam has done multiple innovations that are, to my knowledge, world's first. This is not a paid video, this is not a financial advice for you to do anything. And if I buy into this coin with my company funds, I will do it well after this video is released, to maintain the highest ethics just in case this video would affect the price. That's not why I'm doing this video. I just like technology innovation. I love people who are creating something valuable for the world that didn't exist before. I know the CEO Adam, and he is absolutely unique. So crypto lending. My last video was with Alex Mashinsky, CEO of Celsius, who is one of the thought leaders of the industry. Definitely watch it if you haven't. There, you as a user lend to Celsius, or you borrow from Celsius. And unlike a bank, they can offer this to people who can't get a bank loan. It is inclusive. Your skin color or your financial background or your salary or your employment situation doesn't matter. If you live in Asia or in Europe or in Africa, doesn't matter, because the people provide collateral in crypto. Then if you don't pay back the loan, they can automatically sell it to recover their money, so they're not taking any risk. But what if my friend wants to borrow money and I want to lend him with a similar setup, but at even better conditions? Wouldn't it be great if there was a peer-to-peer lending platform facilitating this with individual conditions, not just one set of conditions for all? That's exactly what DeFi for You is. It's a peer-to-peer lending platform. But why hasn't this been done before? This need seems kind of obvious, doesn't it? Well, there is one problem. Dishonest people, or scammers, don't look like scammers. The actual scammers I've come across in this industry, they wore three-piece suits and sat in front of bookshelves. They talked in the most perfect Oxford English and seemed like the most trustworthy people I've ever met. Those were the scammers. But what if you are trustworthy? If my friend that I trust comes by here outside right now and asks if he can borrow 1,000 Swedish crowns for a year, I might be willing to do that at nearly no interest at all, with almost no collateral, because I trust him. While if someone I have never met before knocks on the door and wants to borrow the same money, I have no idea what to ask for, so I'd need to ask for unreasonable conditions to feel safe. So clearly, reputation is still valuable. Reputation hasn't gone out of fashion. Let's talk a real-world recent example that I'm sure many of you have read about. Alex Saunders in Australia. For clarity, I know nothing special about the case, just referring to the news articles. And according to them, a lot of people have lent him money, and big amounts, like 10 bitcoins, because he seems a very trustworthy guy, and then he allegedly hasn't paid it back. So if you build a peer-to-peer lending platform, you're basically facilitating some people to take advantage of other people. That's why this hasn't happened. But what if there were some technology where you could verify this person's reputation based on past history of paying back or not paying back your loans? Like a distributed ledger or something, where everyone in the world can find irrefutable evidence of your reputation. You see where this is going. That's the innovation that DeFi for You have come up with and are implementing in smart contracts. So you can collateralize some crypto, ask for an offer, receive multiple personal offers, and take the one that suits you best. It becomes a marketplace of lenders and borrowers with individual deals. If you can verify on the blockchain that this dude is paying back his loans, maybe I'm willing to lend out money for, say, 5% and little collateral. While if I see someone isn't paying back his loans, maybe I want 500% and some serious collateral to take that risk. So I can make individual offers and get individual offers back. which I can accept or not. I can combine the type of collateral, the lending time, the interest, the reputation, and it's up to me what offer I want to give. This blew my mind. If they succeed, I think they can create a revolution in peer-to-peer crypto lending. And then Adam blew my mind again. Using NFTs as collateral doesn't work on a central crypto lending platform because they offer the same deal to all, while an NFT is unique, right? But on DFY, the offers are individual and unique anyway. Then what if people could use their NFTs as collateral? Ponder this scenario. Dude bought a fancy NFT for 10 ETH one late Friday night. He's really excited, telling all his friends, prints it on his wall. He's pumped. He's sure it will become worth 100 ETH, maybe 1,000 ETH one day, once the artist really makes it. Then comes Monday, and it's time to pay the rent. Turns out he got a little overexcited bidding, and money has kinda run out. He cries, but does the responsible thing. He decides to sell it and buy it back later. But then it turns out that the market isn't sharing his enthusiasm. No one is willing to buy it for more than 5 ETH. And if he sells it for that, he will seem like an obvious idiot to others and to himself. So what to do? He walks back and forth. Then he realizes, what if he can pawn it? Pay the rent, work his shift at McDonald's, and then buy it back and get rich. He goes on DFY, and as it turns out, someone is willing to lend him 2 ETH with that NFT as security and a 10% yearly interest. He deposits the NFT as collateral and gets 2 ETH back and pays his rent. Now, one of two things will happen. Either he pays back the loan plus interest. The lender makes 0.2 ETH in profit. Lender wins. Dude gets his NFT back. Dude wins. Everyone wins. Or he doesn't pay back the loan. Then he could still pay his rent. He still has his home and his job. And the lender could sell it for 5 ETH and make great money. Everyone wins again. And even if the NFT went up to 100 ETH while it was used as collateral, the lender couldn't steal it, couldn't sell it because it's in the smart contract. And afterwards, the on-chain reputation gets updated based on which of the two scenarios played out. Blew my mind. The token and the smart contract is implemented on the Binance Smart Chain. Again, the service is live now. They need to use it now. I'm a huge fan of Ethereum, but they're just not there yet with the fees and the performance. So I think the right choice. And the coin is here. It's available on the usual decentralized exchanges. You can find the links here. Bakery Swap, understand. On PancakeSwap, I noticed you need to paste the currency again here to find it. And on a few other exchanges. Now, let's call my friend Adam in Hanoi, Vietnam, and see what he has to say. I'm fantastic, Adam. How are you?
How's my hair?
I mean, you got hair. That's a start.
Well, no, I'm very creative with what I've got. Not a lot more. I can't be fat and bald. It's not fair.
So, Adam, my friend, great to see you. How are you? How's your beautiful wife and your beautiful kids?
Well, we're all beautiful except for me, obviously. It's lovely here in Hanoi where the tech team is. The only downside is we're locked in the house at the moment because they've got a full lockdown, but we're all working remotely. So we don't know when day starts and finishes at the moment because everyone's working about double the hours because there's nothing else to do at home.
And that is double the usual Vietnamese hours. Is that right? We're not talking, Swedish work hours or something like that. We're talking double the usual Vietnamese work hours. Is that right?
That's right. And they work an average 6-day week. They work an average of 12 hours a day. But sometimes, as when you're developing with anything that you develop, there are issues. And I can call my tech team at 4 o'clock in the morning and nobody argues. Nobody goes, oh, what are you working me up for? They all jump straight on it and they get it fixed straight away.
I worked in 10 countries, and the country with the hardest working and the fastest people is no doubt Vietnam. I think there is something with the work culture. People are fast. If you call someone and you ask, if I call someone here and I want to order something for the studio, in Sweden you need to book, and they will say, oh, we have delivery time, it will take 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and so on. You call someone in Vietnam, you need something for the studio, 20 minutes later, the guy is there on the motorcycle with the thing, they mount it, it's done, you pay, boom! 2 hours later, everything is complete. Is that right?
Yeah, it's incredible, really. I mean, my wife loves that, obviously, because that includes shopping. So it's a double-edged sword. But no, the tech team, I think tech generally in Vietnam is very hard-working. You're dealing with the sort of higher echelons on the intelligence level. We all work together, and that sounds a bit corny, but having got to know them over the last sort of 7-8 years, they are brilliant. They cope with my stroppiness sometimes because obviously we want things done quicker and change things.
Yeah, for those who don't know you in the audience, when we first met, you were CEO of Travala, one of the really successful projects, and the only project in this whole industry where my wife says that, oh yeah, that's actually useful. You can actually use that for something. So
I was in travel for a lot of years, and we were building our own websites. Travel's very competitive on the net. We were going up against the big boys like Booking.com and TripAdvisor, and obviously they're spending billions on the site. So we had to find ways of being in it, sort of beating them. So that's how we started our tech ride about 15 years ago. Me and a guy called Steve Whitwell, who's actually my brother-in-law, and we founded Traveller. Yes, you get certain discounts. There's all sorts of cryptos on there now, and it's working as it was planned. It took 3 years to get it to a level where we were happy. I don't think people realise just how much work there is in developing a platform. It's easy to get a line of code, copy it, stick some data on it, get your marketing budget together and push it out. But for us, from the very beginning, the idea was if crypto is ever going to be adopted, it's got to have real case uses. It's got to be used. People have got to know how to use it. Platforms have to be built. Real communities have to be built, not just pump and dumps that we see. And this takes time, so it's a big undertaking, but it's pleasurable. So about 1.5 years ago, when COVID really hit, I met up with a very good friend of mine called Sean Mason, who I've known for 20 plus years, who's the business development guy in the UK. Great guy, great ethics, great way around business. And I said, look, nobody's worked this out yet, but I think I just watched the dollar, the petrodollar crash. Did you see that? About 1.5 years ago, they were paying more. They were actually paying them to take the petrol out of the refinery. They weren't buying it; they were paying to take it out. And when I saw that, obviously, I knew there was going to be a biblical knock-on because we dealt with bankruptcies before with Sean. So I contacted Sean, and we started there really, and had 6 months of conversations about it, and looking into it and to see what was needed. And we came to the conclusion, rightly or wrongly, that we liked the DeFi. We thought it was a good idea, but we thought it was a little bit inflexible, to be honest. We thought the actual idea of everybody going on there for just one type of loan with one type of currency, putting more forward than you've got, really didn't break the loan mold. It made it easier for people, dolphins or whales in crypto to free up their assets, but it wasn't really helping the smaller person. And in today's world, with what's going to happen, with so many businesses filing for bankruptcy, blah, 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 the small and the medium-sized business person needs finance and needs it now. Okay, they are probably no longer creditworthy, a lot of these people, in the real world, because the way that banks assess them, any mistakes in the past, or if they haven't got enough collateral, the bank's job is basically to close them down and take what they've got, whether that's assets in land or property or stock. So the idea of this, without sort of talking too much, was to help the small and medium-sized business owner, because as we know, the big boys are fine. So that's how it was born. And the second idea layer was, how can we make this so anybody can use it that doesn't really know crypto that well? Because I think the crypto space is full of people that know crypto very well, of course. But in order for this to be really taken on and for people to actually adopt crypto at a higher level, grandma's got to be able to use it, like she can Facebook now. Uncle John's got to be able to send money, like he can with Western Union. And we're trying to get all that together on one platform, which, from a coding perspective, with smart contracts now, is a lot of work, but definitely doable. So the idea came from what we saw as a tsunami of problems going to come out of the COVID 18 months ago. And we wanted to help the small and medium-sized business because we felt they were pretty much left out there to rot, really, on their own. So that's a very simple explanation that I don't usually do.
Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you for sharing that, Adam. You know, ideas are great, but at the end of the day, it's not enough, because you have a great idea, okay, then great idea is going to get copied. At the end of the day, it comes down to execution. It comes down to getting it done, and it comes down to getting it done fast.
With the NFT market, people could buy NFTs, whether that's a painting, a digital picture of a cat for, I think, $750,000. Hell of a bargain there.
But will you be able to lend on with your NFTs as security to basically pawn the NFTs?
Yes, you use your NFT and you put it on the platform, and people will offer you certain amounts back for it, for peer-to-peer, or we'll have a central lending and borrowing system in there that you can take from us as well if it's a bigger one. So the idea is they don't have to sell their assets, their gold, their pussycats, because we're going to do gold NFTs. We're looking at oil NFTs as well. And property NFTs, which are very exciting. So really, we're providing what we call middle finance, which is where actually most of the banks make their money, but we're doing it in a much better way, we feel so anyway, and a much fairer way. We're using the word pawn, which P-A-W-N, for everybody not got there yet, all right? We're using the word pawn because it's actually the oldest form of finance. All right, it was invented many moons ago, 10,000 years ago, and basically, if you had something of asset, you could lend, borrow against it. So we've gone back to basics. We put a very modern spin on it, and this wouldn't have been able to be done years ago because obviously the coding was impractical and the manpower was impractical. But when it comes to NFTs, this is our real ace in the bag. Right? Yes, you can go on then, you can make a loan, and you can take a loan, and they'll be liquidating assets and such. But with the NFTs, we are the only people to allow people to take their NFTs on there, loan against them, and set their own prices without having to liquidate the assets. Because let's face it, you know, in crypto, that it's a rock and roll world. Crypto, it's a casino sometimes, and you may need your money. And if you have to liquidate at a certain point, you may be selling that for a lot less than you bought it. If you can get some lending, borrowing against it, and you can lend or borrow against it, that relaxes the whole market, and certainly it doesn't flatten the curve, but it certainly makes things a lot less volatile.
Ah, that's fantastic. On your team, how many people are working in total now with this project?
1,765,000. It feels like, because I'm obviously working from home remote, I'm not getting a morning anymore. I'm getting a whole night interrupted with the UK stuff, and then I'm getting the all day through with the Vietnamese stuff. We've got on the blockchain developer Asia, with Kong, ourselves and the partners, there's 200 developers, the whole thing. There are 30 dedicated full-time to this project, where we've actually got government projects we're looking at building for, and government clearance as well. So that's a big team. So some major players are a guy that we call Viet. Have you seen him on the website? He did the coding for Microsoft when Microsoft needed to be changed into a Vietnamese program here. He's the head of blockchain here, and basically one of the most respected people in blockchain in the world, certainly in Asia. He leads the team and consults for us. We have obviously hands-on guys that are with us with AVA and Traveller before, still building, Toan and Tung, and we're also taking on quite a lot of newbies from the university because they're very malleable and they're very keen, and to be quite frank, they're very cheap. And offer great service. So the team's big, really big.
So after this call, we will talk to one person in your team, and who is that? Can you please introduce him for us?
Okay, Toan has been leading tech teams. His English is impeccable. He also knows tech inside out. So he's our interpreter and team leader for the main core of developers for DeFi for You. I've been running those teams. So he's very good at sort of actioning what I say, and he understands what I say, and he puts it into tech talk. I'm not saying I'm a techie phobe, but obviously things can get lost in translation when you're dealing with another language, and he is impeccable, and his results sort of show that. So Toan, or Tony as we call him, because everyone's got an English name, is the guy that's doing that.
What do you call the project? DeFi for You, DFY?
DeFi for You, but most people just call it Diffie. Diffie seems to have stuck, and the only one that wasn't bought was DeFi.com VN, which I was so happy with. But the Vietnamese wanted to change it to a domain name with a UK on it, because obviously we've got the UK and the FCA license. But I like the DeFi for you, but I like the DeFi.com VM better. But so we're on DeFi for you.uk because it's being developed on the business level from there through the FCA and the pawnbrokerages through Miles and the business development Sean.
What's your vision? Where will it go from here?
My vision is one day to sleep. My vision is this and simple. I know it's a great idea. I know that I could never, ever develop this without the Vietnamese team because it would cost just so much money. It's a big development. And I know that in any tech startup, there are problems. But what we've done is we've got our lessons that we've learned from AVA and Traveller. We've got our lessons that we learned from business and development last time and wasting money on advertising and all the things that you do on a new project that's wrong. We are going to get this over the line as far as development goes by the end of September, which is incredibly quick. And then the marketing really starts. We're going on television in the UK. We're going on a tour of Europe in the bus. I don't know if you've seen the VW bus we've got. We've got a VW that we've wrapped up in Binance, Smart Chain, and DeFi for you. And Sean, the business development guy, is going to be basically driving around Europe, speaking to bank managers, doing blogs, speaking to people with financial companies, and basically bringing it to the people, if you will. So it's one thing to build it. It's another thing to get your market correctly. But where we sort of excel, where our real skills are, is, remember, we've been in business a long time, is making this into a profitable business, which obviously it's not at the moment because we're building it. So we won't do it if it's not profitable. It can be highly profitable. We've got a market that nobody's attacking. Nobody's touching the pawn online. It couldn't be done before. We've got a sales team that runs incredibly well now in Indonesia, in the UK, moving now into Turkey, obviously Vietnam. So we're sort of going international. So building the platform is a given. The idea we know is good. And I think the mistake a lot of people make, and not on purpose because they're sort of stuck in crypto, they just look at the tech team. That's great. You have to have a good tech team. You have to have good security. But without the business brains behind it, it'll never get anywhere. What saved AVA was the fact that Joanne Traveller, he worked for Booking.com. He helped them set up. So when he was recruited, and he's done an amazing job, he's gone on and really pushed that through for business. And same with Steve. Steve's been in business 15 years before himself as well. So that was set in stone. Our team here, to be honest, is world class. Absolutely world class. The CMO, the business development managers, the staff that we have. So marketing is the big hurdle. Yeah. And if I have to get naked and get in a bath of baked beans and sit on the high streets in Hanoi for the press, I will. But we know what we're doing with that. We know what we're doing with the tech, and we're highly excited that when it's actually finished, we go, right, now we push. So end of September is our D-Day. That's not absolutely set in stone. There are X factors involved with anything when you develop, and we won't rush anything when it comes to security. That's the most important thing. If we fail on that, we fail on the whole project.
Fantastic, Adam. Love it. So DeFi4U.uk, first ever platform where you can loan against NFTs. We built a decentralized P2P loan economy on the blockchain. Let's go into here, P2P lending. So let's borrow some money. Say we have one BNB. Right now that's $336. Duration 2 weeks. Maybe I need to buy some expensive flowers for my wife. So say that I need $200. So that's about 60% loan to collateral ratio. Then let's start and see if anyone wants to lend me that money. Oh, look, there's plenty of people here. Here you can lend up to 70% of your collateral. Here you can lend up to 80%. These are the limits. View details. Auto loan package. Let's check Elon Musk's finance. Available 1,437 USDT, LTV 70%, interest rate 17% APR, liquidation threshold 90%. Then I can connect my MetaMask wallet or even my Binance wallet and get this done. Buy the flowers, make some money, pay my loan back. So this is real peer-to-peer lending. It's live. Not all features are live yet. For example, the reputation here is not implemented yet. That's why it says 0 on all these. But the lending is live. This is not a demo. Maybe I want to make some yield. So I lend out 100 USDT, 2 weeks. Actually, I think you need to go to the next page. Here you can select more alternatives that you're willing to accept. And then See, you have matching borrowers here already. I can send them an offer, and no one is telling me what conditions to give here. It's free to me to make an offer and maybe see if someone matches. This is very different from a centralized service where the conditions are set once and for all and the same for everyone. Here I can make my own conditions and see if someone accepts, both on the lending side and on the borrowing side. I can see maybe someone matches my requirements. It doesn't have to be the same for all. Hello Tuan, how do I pronounce your name? You said call me Tony, but you know I prefer to try at least to pronounce your name.
My Vietnamese name is Tuan.
Tuan.
And I was actually running IT companies of my own, which provides the IT outsourcing services to customers in Europe, in Belgium, in Holland, in Spain, and that's how I got to know Adam in the first place. It was in 2017. He was knocking at my company door. I was a sales director at that point at that company, and it was the first time he mentioned about a blockchain project, which is now Traveler.
So how is it working with Adam? You know, he's my friend, so you can tell me the truth and I can...
He's a man of great energy, and he's a man of many great ideas, but he definitely needs some very good assistance to make things work, to keep things together.
So kind of like an operation manager to channelize all that energy and all those ideas into the execution part of the project and team, is that right?
So I'm acting as the COO, but more on the product side. So getting information from Adams and the marketing manager Billy and translate that to the language that the development team can understand and manage the development plan.
So how is it going now with the development?
The community is really has been urging for something that could be live. So I decided that a quick win would be for the crypto collateral peer-to-peer lending to be live. So I put the whole focus of the team to that one. And it was actually live mid-July. And since that point, I break the team into two. So one team is still focusing on fixing the issue and putting the improvement on the crypto collateral lending.
And a DeFi team.
And the second team now is focusing on the hot NFT flow.
I want to come
the flows that allow the physical access to be evaluated and
eat the best steak
NFT
with you
could be
guys.
minted from that physical access. And we are aiming for launching the MVP, the minimum viable products for that hard NFT process by September. So at that point, we can go through the full process in which like a borrower can bring like a very old car to an evaluator in the UK and get that evaluated, and hard NFT will be created for that car, and he can bring that NFT to our DeFi4U system to either pawn it or to sell it.
So let's make it absolutely clear that the peer-to-peer lending with crypto collateral, that is live today.
That is already live.
It's not a demo or something on the website. You can actually go in and use that today. Is that correct?
Exactly. So as a lender, you can go in, put your setting preferences, create your own loan packages, and actually the borrower can go in, file the packages, and put in the collateral to get the money out. So the actual contracts already work.
That is fantastic, because I always say ideas are cheap, but execution is where the battle is won in the end. Thank you very much, Tuan.
Tuan.
Chaplain and a DeFi team. Happy Vietnamese New Year's. I want to come over to Vietnam, to the Chop House, in Hanoi and eat the best steak with you guys. I'm the one and only Floyd Money Mayweather.
Hi, Michael Buffer here. Xin Chao, Vietnam. Chaplin and the Deafy for your team. Are you ready? Matt and the Chopsticks team. Are you ready? Are you ready for the Crypto Championship of the World? Let's get ready to rumble!
What's up everyone, I'm Giovanni, video host at Cointelegraph. Welcome to an AMA session with Adam Chaplin, CEO and founder at DeFi4U. DeFi4U is a blockchain project whose goal is disrupting e-commerce as we know it. Adam is here to explain to us how this platform works and to answer any question you guys have. So don't forget to write questions in the chat and I'll be asking them to Adam. So Adam, how are you doing today?
Very well, thank you. I'm in Vietnam. It's a little bit cold. 2 o'clock in the morning. So we have a winter in the north here, but generally very well. Thank you very much for asking. And how are you?
We are great here in Europe as usual. So let's start discussing a little bit what DeFi4U is. So apparently DeFi4U aims to build an e-commerce platform on the blockchain. Could you please describe your platform for everyone watching? How does the platform work?
Right, I'll sort of go back in time a little bit, if I may. About a year ago, when sort of COVID sort of first hit, me and my business coach, which is Sean Mason in the UK, who's like a world-renowned business coach, we were looking to sort of find a business that would help small to medium-sized businesses through this crisis. That was the original thinking, all right? Because banks are closing out a lot now on the small and medium-sized businesses. Even if they've got stock, they close them down. So over a period of time, we came to the conclusion that basically the only way we could help them out was to try and offer them some form of finance against properties or against stock that they own. And that was the initial thought. So if you use the correct term for that, that's called pawn. That's a 2,000-year-old process. And at the moment, cryptocurrency is great, but it's like one big sort of casino in many ways. People are buying it, they're selling it. People aren't actually using it a lot for purchase, and there's a lot of ground in that. So if I want to spend my cryptocurrency, I'd like to be able to spend it on a car or a house or a watch or whatever I'd like to spend it on. I don't want to go back to the exchange, USD back in here. And until we make it simple for the masses, we'll never get mass adoption. At the moment, when you speak to most people, they get sort of scared off by opening a wallet. They've heard of Bitcoin or something, and they get scared off by opening a wallet. They don't really know how to use cryptocurrency. So the idea was to build a platform in one space that people could trust, and they could buy secondhand goods on it, sell secondhand goods just like eBay, buy new goods, sell new goods just like eBay, or even rent them out. And then we got to the pawn, because until now, I want to say now, until recently, with smart contracts, this could not be done. Right? There's no global pawn sites. We realized by using the smart contract properly, it was actually perfect because you can record reputation on there. In other words, we can sell products, we can buy products on that platform, and if your reputation is good recorded on the blockchain, we will make certain loans against what you have on there. Yeah. So the platform brings together everything that's outstanding with cryptocurrency. Fast transfers, easy to use, okay, onto one platform, and allows people to actually spend their money on something as well. It's quite important because when I'm buying something, I go to my wallet, I cash it out, I go to USD, I go to a banker, they buy that off me, I put that back in my account, and then I'm really stuck with the banks, right? If you think about it, to use your cryptocurrency, people cash in their wallets and they sort of go, then they go shopping mainly. There's not a lot of places you can go to and spend your cryptocurrency. Travel is one, wait for your holidays and your flights. But you've got all these currencies that are just a big casino trading. But ultimately, the whole purpose of this is that you have a space where you can spend it. So the platform is you can buy on it, you can sell on it, you can rent your services on it, and you can also pawn on it. Pawn will be the last stage that we build. Buying's quite important because I'm living in Vietnam, okay? I can't get an account for whatever reason. It's not that simple here, especially as a foreigner. I have got accounts now, but just hypothetically, I can't get an account, okay? But I can go online and sell my Rolex watch and receive cryptocurrency with that, and I'm in the system then. But what's putting a lot of people off, and I don't know if people in crypto sort of realize this because they're sort of stuck in their own space, is something as simple as a wallet, something as simple as going on an exchange, hooking your bank account up with it. You've got to have a bank account still. So if you've got to have a bank account, you're sort of defeating the whole thing because you're coming in and out of banks. We want to get it to an ecosystem where you can go to a platform and you can use that with your cryptocurrency. And if it's having a bit of a rise on the day, yeah, gonna have a bit of a spend, all right? And if it's fell, you hold. But at least by using cryptocurrencies, we've got 34 on the platform already. So everything on the Binance chain, Smart Chain, we've got accessible through us. But the idea of cryptocurrency, or when I started cryptocurrency was, and we sort of stepped into this space of like, we're going to save the world from the banks, right? Remember that when it first started? And that was the ideology behind it. The reality is it hasn't turned into that. It's turned into a very large casino. And I get that for speculation. But when I got into blockchain quite a few years ago, and I was told by this very sort of famous TED lecturer gentleman how it's going to completely change the internet. It's more important than AI or big data. It's a sonorous subject, but like it's going to change the internet. And he said to me, until people start using it to buy and sell things, it will never be a product. It will just be speculative. So I've always remembered that, and that's how Traveller was sort of born. And I'd like to be able to buy a pair of glasses or I don't know, a watch or a car and use my cryptocurrency directly, wouldn't you?
Yeah, of course. And that's what a lot of people would like to use cryptocurrency for.
That, my friends, is an actual physical Bitcoin token. It's worth maybe about, let's see, 0.001 of a Bitcoin at the moment. Now, we've seen Bitcoin prices drop, but we've also seen them rise. Now, if you're new to the channel, Party Never Stops, welcome. Don't forget to hit subscribe buttons and get all the latest and greatest. And if you're returning to Party Never Stops, welcome back. Today, we're talking about crypto. Let's go. Isn't it crazy that one man tweets about crypto and the whole world goes crazy? That's so insane. And isn't it even crazier that he would tweet something later on and it would all come crashing down again? You could be going to the moon, but then you could be coming back to Earth. Just like that. What's up everybody, your boy PD Magic here, and on this vlog I want to introduce to you DeFi for You. Now what is DeFi for You? I'm glad you asked. DeFi for You is a decentralized peer-to-peer lending platform where you can loan against cryptocurrencies, NFTs, and physical goods. For those of you who don't know what NFTs are, NFT stands for non-fungible tokens. Basically, it is a unique set of data on the blockchain in digital assets. You know, it could be things like photos, sound, audio, video, anything sort of digital file. There is only one authentic, unique digital asset. That is NFT.
You as a user can set up your own lending shop on the platform, while DeFi partners store and value your physical goods before tokenizing them on the blockchain. DeFi's infrastructure is quite simple. There are 4 things: peer-to-peer loans, lending from liquidity pool, your soft or digital NFT market, and of course your hard asset NFT market. For those of you who want to read deeper into that, I'll leave a link below for DeFi for You in the description box. Get on it, don't miss out on this. So not long ago, I was up there in Hanoi to do the DeFi for You launch party, and we had everyone come out. We had some giveaways. We gave away, I think, 10,000 DeFi tokens, in which at the moment is a decent price on CoinTiger, and you can jump on there and buy some right now. And the great thing is you can stake your tokens and get some great returns the longer you leave. You get every plans from 3 months, 6 months to a year. Not only that, DeFi for You have also built their own new blockchain, which is very cool because number one, it improves security. It allows them to connect with millions of other users on other blockchains and increases capacity. So watch this space. Of course, I'm going to do another video to keep you guys updated, but be sure to follow the Facebook page as well so you can get all the updates there also. So basically, that's a little bit of information for you crypto heads out there. I just wanted to share some information to let you know that DeFi for You is on the market. Jump onto CoinTiger or any other major exchanges to get your hands on a couple of tokens. More than a couple, I would say. Stake them for as long as you can. Watch this baby fly, because we are going to go in the next month, July, August, September. Some big things are going to happen, and you do not want to miss out on this. DeFi for You, as you guys say, we're also going to the moon. Oh, that leaves me with one thing. You know what it is. No matter who you're with, where you're going, who you're doing, who's doing you, the party never stops, baby.
Inflation is rising to the highest levels in history. Markets are crashing. The value of money is diminishing, and stablecoins are not stable. Historically, gold has and always will be a safe commodity. The ideal solution for anyone looking to park their crypto against and receive a fixed income. How to hedge against inflation with up to fixed returns on income for 7 to 12% with DFY's UK gold-backed asset token. How to get your gold DFY tokens. Go to any one of the DFY listed exchanges, MEXC, Gate.io, CoinTiger, Bakery Swap, or BitGlobal, and transfer your crypto to USDT to buy the DFY Gold NFT. The DFY token history in the UK gold and pawnbroking industry dates back to 1741, allowing us to buy and securely store and insure the physical gold for our new DFY members. Convert your crypto now into high-grade gold DFY NFT today. www.defiforyou.uk.
What if you could buy 1% of a prime piece of real estate completely independent of the existing financial sector? With DigChain, you can. DigChain is a blockchain that allows real estate to be traded and fractionalized using NFT technology. Let's say a seller has an investment property and wants to split it up to sell to multiple buyers. They can create an NFT representing the property, then break it into as many pieces as they want. This means that investors like you can access the real estate market with very small sums of money. No longer would you need to rely on a mortgage with shackling interest payments and fees. Instead, you could put your savings to work by purchasing a share of the high-value interest property like a buy-to-let residence and hold the NFT as it increases in value. You could trade these NFTs instantly or even use them as collateral for a decentralized crypto loan. This changes everything. The real estate market is about to experience the biggest disruption in modern history. Visit digchain.org now to learn how you can get involved.
Hello, hello. Are we all on? Working well? Hi, well, welcome to Hanoi. This is the admin office for Dig and for DeFi. Just admin, not the technical office, but I want to introduce a guy called Tom TV. Hello, Tom. Yeah. He's a friend of mine. I don't know what his real name is, but it's in Vietnamese. We've been a friend for a long time, and he used to read the news on channel DKN. Right, I've never heard of that, but we've done the back screen there. Anyway, he's well liked and he's well loved. Why are we using Tom? Because in Vietnam, the property laws are not so complicated we can't get our head around them, but they're quite complex. And we've been asked by the government and by certain tech companies to set up a system where we can load on the NFT properties. In other words, digitally assets, okay? Instead of just having a red book, you'll have a full digital asset with that NFT when that property goes on and off the markets, whether it's broken down or sold individually. And Tom, who's got a few developers himself, but knows basically every developer in Vietnam is, at the moment, it has been for the last 2 months, going up and down, collecting people that would like to be put onto the chain. Because at the moment, what we've actually done is we've built the central hub chain. All right, now we will put all the laws of Vietnam property on DigViet, which will be the chain, especially in Vietnam. So instead of it being just on a smart contract, so it's too complicated, we have to have our own chain, all right? When you've got our own chain there, governments want to put property on, there's property Tom wants to bring on, there's high value property to go on there, so there's a lot of work to do. It's not just like copy and paste a chain. When you're building a company, these things take time. And I don't know if really you fully understand how much work's involved in this, but it's a full-time job for somebody for the next 2 years just to line the property, get the rules right, the government right. So Tom's got a very important job, Tom's CV. All right, I trust him implicitly, and he brings really good projects to me. All right, Tom? So that's Tom. So if you want to talk about property, that's the guy you want to talk to. Thanks for your time, speak to you later, bye-bye.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.